The month of February is dedicated to remembering and honoring the four chaplains of World War II and the men who died with the sinking of the USAT Dorchester on February 3, 1943. The luxury liner, converted to military transport ship, was crowded to capacity, carrying 902 servicemen, merchant seamen, and civilian workers. Reading from the website of the Four Chaplains Memorial Foundation in Pennsylvania, survivors report that what they witnessed was the finest thing ever seen this side of heaven. When the ship was opened up by a German U-boat torpedo, it started to take on water and sink. Through the pandemonium, according to those present, four Army chaplains brought hope in despair and light in darkness. Those chaplains were Lieutenant George L. Fox, Methodist; Lieutenant Alexander D. Good, Jewish; Lieutenant John P. Washington, Roman Catholic; and Lieutenant Clark V. Poling, Dutch Reformed. Quickly and quietly, the four chaplains spread out among the soldiers. There, they tried to calm the frightened and tend to the wounded while guiding the disoriented toward safety. Wyatt R. Fox, son of Reverend Fox, says, "Witnesses of that terrible night remember hearing the four men offering prayers for the dying and encouragement for those who would live." One witness, Private William B. Bednar, found himself floating in oil-smeared water surrounded by dead bodies and debris. "I could hear men crying, pleading, praying," Bednar recalls. "I could also hear the chaplains preaching courage. Their voices were the only thing that kept me going." Another sailor, Petty Officer John J. Mahoney, tried to re-enter his cabin, but Rabbi Good stopped him. Mahoney, concerned about the cold Arctic air, explained that he had forgotten his gloves. "Never mind," Good responded. "I have 2 pairs." The rabbi then gave the petty officer his own gloves. In retrospect, Mahoney realized that Rabbi Good was not conveniently carrying 2 pairs of gloves, and the rabbi had decided not to leave the Dorchester. By this time, most of the men were topside, and the chaplains opened a storage locker and began distributing life jackets. It was then that engineer Grady Clark witnessed an astonishing sight. When there were no more life jackets in the storage room, the chaplains removed theirs and gave them to 4 frightened young men. The altruistic action of the 4 chaplains constitutes one of the purest spiritual and ethical acts a person can make. When giving their life jackets, Rabbi Good did not call out for a Jew. Father Washington did not call out for a Catholic, nor did the Reverends Fox and Poling call out for a Protestant. They simply gave their life jackets to the next man in line. As the ship went down, survivors in nearby rafts could see the 4 chaplains, arms linked and braced against the slanting deck. Their voices could be heard offering prayers. Join Wreaths Across America and the Four Chaplains Memorial Foundation as we remember the 4 chaplains who, in service to God and their country, selflessly gave their lives in a heroic act of courage and fellowship that would transcend time and serve as a guiding example of cooperation for the greater good, without regard to cultural or religious differences.